Kevin Cramer is the North Dakota Republican senator, joins us right now, sits on the Senate Banking and Budget Committee. Senator, I don't know even technically if the president can do this, but he wants to do it, and he's going to go full throttle doing it and let the courts argue it out. But he thinks it's a winning election issue. What do you think?
Well, I don't really see, Neil, how it's a winning election issue because of the people that I talk to. The vast majority of them are very upset by the unfairness of this. Just yesterday, I was at a veterans appreciation event up at the Mandan Hidatsa Rickaron Nation here in North Dakota, and a Native American veteran came up to me and said exactly this. He said, "You tell that president there's a Native American veteran in North Dakota who wants his money back. I want my GI Bill benefits even back." He said, if you're going to do this, then what about me? I paid a price as well for my education. And so I think he represents probably millions of other people, and for various reasons. You know, in some cases they didn't accrue any debt. In some cases they paid off their debt. In other cases they had to make choices that led them a different direction, maybe to serve in the military so that they could go to college. And then you have people who accumulated debt, but they didn't do it through the federal system, and so they're not eligible, which brings up your point about whether he can even do it constitutionally. And if he can, it'll be for a very narrow group of people that that he might have some authority over.
You've heard, obviously, the president come back at Republican senator and saying, all right, they had nothing to argue about when it came for tax cuts that disproportionately benefited the wealthy. They're against college kids who can't pay their bills. You say? So I'd say to him, after the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which did not disproportionately help the wealthy, but rather, as much as anything, helped the middle class and the working class in this country, we had a booming economy. We had everybody working. We had salaries and wages going up. We had a very low unemployment, very high wealth creation at every level, including young people getting jobs and getting paid well to do them. And to Charlie Gasparino's point, showing up for work in those days. And so I'd say, yeah, let's cut taxes across the board if you want. Let's cut regulations. Let's create more job opportunities and wealth. But to suggest somehow that this is the fair way, especially in an inflationary time, free money, I mean, giving away money for a product, by the way, Neil, that's already more inflationary even than the consumer price index, and that is, of course, higher education. You know, you're right about that. It runs at about 4 times the pace of the CPI. We'll watch it closely. Senator, good catching up with you.
Always a pleasure. Thank you.